Okay, so let's open up the replay that says map 1.
I opened it, it's loaded, it's paused at 0 seconds.
Okay, so I will... Alright, I'm pausing it as well. At 0 seconds. Alright. Alright, Sir CatZ. Before we begin, just want to remind everyone to tweet at NASL TV their match predictions. So that's the score for the clan war, and we will give 5 people who get the score correct t-shirts, free NASL t-shirts. So go ahead and send in your tweets, and we will pick some winners. And I am ready when you're ready, CatZ.
I'm ready when you're ready, dude.
Okay, so do you want to count to 3?
1, 2, 3.
Alright, we are going. Alright, so this first game is going to be Lenok versus Slivko. Lenok is aka Timber. So Lenok is the blue Zerg up in the top corner, and Slivko is the red Zerg in the bottom corner, and this is TPW Ohana. So CatZ, since you actually played a ZVZ on this map earlier today, tell me a little bit about ZVZ on this map.
Ling openers are going to be the most common thing. Obviously, roach openers shouldn't be as strong as Ling openers, just because the rush distance is really, really long on this map. I wouldn't be surprised to see a fast expansion from either or both players either. But yeah, I think it's we're likely to see more Ling heavy play, perhaps not as much Baneling busting and stuff, although that's always a possibility.
Right.
That's for the early game. The late game is subjective, but mutas are particularly effective on you know, large maps like this.
Right. Now, in your game against Vibe earlier, you went for 14 gas, 14 pool, and Vibe went for a hatch first. What do you think are kind of the merits of each? And actually, it looks like Lenok is going for a hatch first as well. Actually, both players seem to be going for a hatch first. So, what do you think is kind of the strengths and weaknesses of going hatch first versus like 14-14?
It's simple. On a map like this, you could take a gamble and say, okay, he's probably gonna go hatch first. Say the red Zerg feels like he can't beat Lenok in a straight-up game. He could just go for a temple and a super fast speed, and it would be incredibly hard for Lenok to stop with a hatch first if he just flooded him with lings. Other than that, a more standard 9 pool and droning behind it is also strong against hatch first, whereas just 14-14 is safe against everything. Now, with hatch first, depending on how you play it, you're going to have more larva faster, and therefore that usually translates into more drones. But I'm not sure if you were paying attention to my game against Vive. I probably even had more drones than him at the start.
Yeah.
And that's because I exploited that fact that they have to be defensive, they have to make lings. So whenever I see a hatch first, I just go straight for banelings and almost negate lings. So we just make like a few, like maybe 4 to 6 to try and harass and just have some map presence, and then just morph a few banelings for defense. So there's plenty of options, and you know, you can choose to be aggressive, and that's the reason why when going hatch first, you have to be super safe, you know, and you have to play a little bit blind because you cannot send lings without speed to scout. So Lenok is likely to be able to be forced to make a spine and start producing lings earlier than he probably wants to, although he's just droning up, which is more of a metagame thing.
Right. Now, both players are pretty much doing the exact same thing. I think Slivko's queens are a bit faster and Lenok's Zergling speed's a bit faster, but otherwise they seem to be pretty much mirroring each other's builds right now. We do...
Yeah, also, I like Lenok's opener better just because he made the Zerglings slower, and that's something that I like to... Yeah, the reason no one made Zerglings was because they both hatch first, so whoever makes the more Zerglings is going to be at a disadvantage because fighting at the other player's base with the queens there is always going to not turn out to your favor. Right. Now, Lenok going for a fast roach Warren, which I'm not a fan of, and I'm sorry if you're a fan of Lenok, but, you know.
You're right. It seems like Slivko is pretty much doing exactly what you said on this map when you go hatch first to get that Baneling just to negate Zergling pressure, while Lenok is going for Roaches. What do you think is going through Lenok's mind right now?
I think Lenok is thinking I'm better than this guy, and now I'm just gonna go play it safe. I mean, honestly, that's what I think he's thinking. I think he's thinking, you know, if I play it safe, if I have Roaches, even if I lose map presence, I should be able to take him in the longer game.
Right, which is, I mean, I guess one would think that if you were Lenok, I suppose, and you didn't know who the player was. Both players right now, again, not really much going on. Actually, no scouting information, of course, because the Queens negate that. Lenok is building a wall right here. He's got an evolution chamber in addition to his spine crawler. So he's just setting up a nice base formation. And both players are pretty much just droning up right now. If you look at the income tab, SleeveCo is actually 10 drones up right now, although Lenok is pretty much equalizing that as we speak.
Yeah.
And wow, that's an early third. That's interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's interesting because Russian Zerg is playing like you know, as if he was playing just anyone on the ladder, and Lenok seems to be playing a little bit safer.
Right.
So I mean, this is kind of what happens sometimes too. I feel like Lenok should be at a disadvantage right now if the game continues on like this. Lenok might have to do a very aggressive push once his +1 hits or something like that. Because otherwise, what's his name? What?
SleeveCo, I think that's his name. Yeah.
Yeah, SleeveCo is playing very impressive. He's, you know, he's playing with no pressure. He's not trying to, or he's cutting a few corners, but you know that's kind of what you need to do. And then Lenok is doing the exact opposite. So.
Right, and actually, if you look at just Lenok's vision, he has no clue that this fast expand's coming. Lenok is actually building a ton of Roaches right now, but I think SleeveCo is in a pretty good position because the rush distances on this map are so big. Even though Lenok is going heavy into Roaches right now, I feel like as long as SleeveCo scouts it, he can probably have enough units out in time.
Yeah, and that's the key word, as long as he scouts it. Lenok, if Lenok can't do damage with this, he's gonna lose this game. And that's what it comes down to. But this is a pretty strong attack by Lenok. It's similar to what Vive did against me.
Right.
SleeveCo, though, is not in the worst spot possible. I would have liked to see a couple more spines. That Overlord was just barely unlucky to not see this many Roaches pop out. But I think he could hold this with this many Banelings. We'll have to wait and see. But it's going to be really close, I feel like. Yep,
well, Lenok is doing a great job of rallying his units right outside SleeveCo's natural. And he's just forming up these Banelings, and as soon as they pop, he's pretty much going to be going.
That's a ton of Banelings, yeah. That's a ton of Banelings, and it really depends on how many Banelings SleeveCo can
Wow,
trade.
that was a great hold of the ramp by SleeveCo. And he's probably going to roll up his Banelings right now, and wow, great Baneling hits.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
SleeveCo controlled that very, very well.
Yeah, he really did. And he's, oh wow, that was beautiful. Just sending 2 Banelings and killed like 6 of Lenok's Banelings.
Right.
SleeveCo can hold this just a little bit longer. I have no
and
doubt.
Oh wow, the second and third spine crawlers are just about to finish too. So I think I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to
flooding in for Lenok though. And SleeveCo's reinforcements are there, pulling a few drones, but not too many. And I gotta love SleeveCo's position right now. He's playing this brilliantly. Who's this guy?
SleeveCo from Rox.
Yeah,
I don't know how to pronounce his name, but yeah, this guy seems quite good.
Yeah, that was very impressive. He's playing really calm and collected, and he's playing really good. He's definitely got the upper edge right now.
Yeah, if you look at the supply
counts,
counts, holy moly.
A little bit too safe.
Right.
And yeah, definitely. SleeveCo right now, 12 drones ahead, an expansion ahead, and just barely behind in upgrades. So, great job by him so far.
Yeah, and his army tab is almost double Lenok's right now. He's going to be able to exploit a pretty nice advantage for unit timing, and I would imagine he'll probably be attacking soon.
Yep.
If I were him, that's what I would do at least.
Yep, and you would be correct, Duran.
Yeah. But, again, he's been playing very, very cautious this entire game, so I also wouldn't be surprised if he just sits back for another 10 minutes and just compounds his advantage.
Yeah, that wouldn't be the worst thing ever either. I mean, he did get his third up faster. If he starts mining that efficiently as soon as possible, that will be another advantage that he has.
Right. But I
I
feel
wouldn't
like
mind him. Yeah, he could just deny Linux third and just secure the game from there. But
yeah. I feel like there is a little bit of danger in being too passive, especially against a player of Lennox caliber. If you just think back to your game against Vibe, I mean, Vibe kind of almost let you back in that game, actually. So, I mean, there's always that danger of maybe being a little bit too passive, but it definitely seems like Slivko is not doing that. He's actually going for an attack right now. So we're going to have to see what kind of damage he can do.
Yeah, I like that. It's going to hit right before Linux Carapace upgrade as well. Yeah, this should be game right here. He has way more everything. So, yeah, Linux was taking to Hydras. He was trying to cut corners and regroup himself, but this is a really nice timing. Looks like we're going to have an upset in the first match of the...
Yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah, there's the GG. So Rox actually takes...